Before Naomi, before Tyra, before the world was ready, there was Donyale Luna. She wasn't just a model, she was a dream, an enigma, a revolution in motion. Born Peggy Ann Freeman in Detroit in 1945, she was tall, ethereal, and mesmerizing. A young black girl with a presence so magnetic, it felt almost unreal. At just 14, she was discovered by photographer David McCabe. By 19, she had moved to New York City, not just to model, but to become something entirely new. She renamed herself Donyale Luna, crafted a backstory of exotic origins, and stepped boldly into the world of high fashion.
Real story, I was going to school in Detroit, Michigan. I was studying acting, and at that particular time, I was very rebellious. I couldn't stand, people who wore suits or, the typical, say, beatnik black girl. And one day, a photographer by the name of David McCabe came to Detroit. And he saw me and he thought I was so fantastic, and he says, "You must be a model." And I says, "No, I'm not." And he said, "Well, here's my card. If you ever come to New York, please look me up." 5 minutes later, he ran back to me and he says, "You've got to come to New York. You've got to do this and that."
This wasn't escapism, it was strategy. In a world that refused to see black beauty, Luna blurred the lines of race and identity to force herself into the frame. Her big break came in 1965, a cover shoot for Harper's Bazaar. But what should have been a triumphant debut turned into a quiet erasure. The final image was not a photograph, but an illustration. Her skin tone was left ambiguous, her features softened beyond recognition. America, it seemed, still wasn't ready. Still, Luna didn't stop. She kept pushing boundaries. The next year, in 1966, she made history as the first black model to grace the cover of British Vogue. Photographed by David Bailey, her image was otherworldly, elongated, divine, and unapologetically different. But even that landmark moment came with conditions. Her hand, not her full face, covered most of the frame. Editors still played it safe, showcasing her beauty while muting its impact. In the US, the resistance was even stronger. Industry insiders labeled her too strange, too eccentric. Diana Vreeland, the legendary editor of Vogue, reportedly rejected her outright. Luna was nobody's idea of what anybody wants to look like, one account said. So she left. Europe welcomed her. In London, in Paris, in Rome, she became a muse to artists and designers, from Salvador Dali to Ossie Clark. She appeared in experimental films, walked runways barefoot, lived out loud, and loved with intensity. She refused to conform. She was bold, beautiful, and deeply misunderstood. But behind the fantasy, there was pain. She struggled with isolation. Fame had come, but acceptance hadn't followed. The fashion world adored her aesthetic, but ignored her humanity. In 1979, at just 33 years old, Donyale Luna died of a heroin overdose in Rome. Her name faded from headlines, her legacy buried under decades of silence. And yet, she was the first. She cracked open the door so others could walk through. Today, when we celebrate diversity on the runway, when we praise individuality and non-conformity in fashion, we owe a nod to Donyale Luna. Not just for what she achieved,